Spectral Wound, Songs of Blood and Mire album review. Let's chat about it. Hey friends, what's going on? John here from What's Spinning here tonight to chat about this third album from Canada-based black metal band Spectral Wound. They've been at it for a few years now. Like I said, this is their third album, and if you know anything about me and the music that I was into growing up, you will know I was born and raised on black metal, and when it comes to modern black metal, I try and get around. And their debut album, Infernal Decadence, this thing for me was really exciting, pretty damn thrilling. It was ridiculously dark. It was harrowed. This whole thing just sounded so cursed. The production was just so grimy and gritty. It was also just really epic. For modern black metal standards, I was very much put on notice. Now, I did have a lot of the same feelings on their follow-up, A Diabolic Thirst. However, at the end of the day, I did not enjoy this album as much. I mean, for the most part, the sounds of this record are kind of similar to their debut. My only issue was some more cliches popped up here and there. It wasn't a terrible album, but I personally thought there was some cracks coming up in the foundation. Now, that leads me to this new album. It's about 7 tracks. And it's pretty standard for a modern black metal release. 7 tracks, about 40 minutes. And honestly, leading up to this thing, both singles were pretty freaking anthemic as far as modern black metal stuff goes. And a lot of this record is, it's pretty good. Fevers and Suffering starts this album off, and it is absolutely crushing. It takes off pretty quickly into a pretty immense, absolutely crushing black metal tune. I love how noisy and chaotic it comes off. This sounds like hell itself. It is blackened as anything, and the swirling guitars of this track, there is absolutely no stopping them. And yeah, this isn't for the faint of heart. This is heavy, like really heavy. But I love the production, and the vocals that we get are just so sinister for the heavier side of modern black metal. Yeah, this is great. Also, the guitar work on this track is just really memorable. At Wine Dark Midnight and Mouldering Halls is also pretty damn crushing. Yeah, this one does not waste a single second in time taking off. The drumming on this track, and for most of this record, you're gonna want to hear this. It is just so thunderous, and the guitars just soar over all of this chaos. Now, I will say this, production-wise, this is a little cleaner than the material we've gotten from them in the past, but it's not too overly saturated where it takes anything away from the very grim sound that they have. Aristocratic, Suicidal black metal, I've loved this track since it dropped as a single. What an awesome, triumphant tune. It has that blackened rock and roll style of a band like Tribulation or Kvelertak. In the band's own way, this is probably them at their catchiest as well. Kind of in a Behemoth the Satanist kind of way. The band just sounds so tortured here. I mean, it's a great single. A lot of the same feelings on the horn Marauding. This one also was released leading up to this. This one is just so triumphant and epic and explosive. Every instrumental is just so laser freaking focused. And also, this one shows the band working more on their atmosphere as well, which is something I absolutely love. Also, the guitar work on this bridge is pretty damn mesmerizing. And listen, these tracks, I mean, you're dealing with a black metal record. Most of these tracks are over 6 minutes long, but they really do pack a lot in. And Less Human, Oh Savage Spirit is also just so cool. I love the way that this track just takes off immediately in that black and roll sound. And at nearly 7 minutes, it is the longest cut here, but it also has this sense of incredible adventure. It is really intense though, but they really do a great job of taking classic black metal ideas and polishing them up a little bit. And the constant soloing in the final 3 minutes is some of the most thrilling material on this record. However, for my money, a coin upon the tongue is this album's sort of sore thumb. This is by far the least interesting track that we get here. I don't know how it dipped so quickly, but we went from really, truly classy, progressive black metal to meat and potatoes. Now, the guitar solos about halfway through are pretty great, but most of this track, for me at least, breezes on by. I'm not vibing on the atmosphere or the vocal work. Everything about this track just seems really insincere to me. And it's kind of a shame because in an album like this, when you're only getting 7 tracks at about 40 minutes, a track like this can be a big blow to its review. But 12 Moons in Hell, though, really does end off this album in a really great way. It is one of the more streamlined sounding cuts here, but that's not the worst thing in the world. As a matter of fact, as far as production goes, this track sonically sounds incredible. It sounds like Spectral Wound literally recorded this in like the most satanic, dark church you've ever seen. It's hellish, it's crushing, the guitar work is really memorable. And the final minute and a half is absolutely some of the most abrasive metal I've heard all year. It is noisy as hell, but man, is it good. Most of this record, man, it is just really solid black metal. I mean, I've been saying it lately. If you're into the heavier side of rock music, we've been eating good this year. This has just been a great year for metal and the heavier side of rock music. Also, Nails review dropping tomorrow. But as far as this record goes, this is pretty damn awesome. Spectral Wound have this way of using classic black metal, concepts and song structures and ideas and progressing them, bringing them up to date and freshening them up a bit in a really classy way. It is blackened, it is thrilling, it has a sense of urgency, but also just this great sense of adventure. It's done really well for the most part. I'm feeling a decent 8 on this record, but let me know what you all think down below. If you like the video, be sure to give us a like, give us a subscribe, and let me know down below what you would like for me to chat about in the future. And until next time, have a great day, friends.